Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got question Chase, has got the facts, talking NFL numbers, he's got your back. A little chart trend ball, man, he's got it like that. Chasing data by do champions. Chasing data applies to everyone. Chasing data, yeah, we're live today. Chasing data for always. Chasing data, Baidu champions.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Week 11 edition of Chasing Data. It's all numbers-based football. If you're new here, welcome in. We're going to go through every Week 11 game. We're going to break them down real quickly, talk about the things that stand out to me from a numbers perspective, and answer any questions we get about any of these games. But we're going to get straight from Thursday night football. We got the Jets. This will be the worst game of the week. I don't know if there is a larger spread this week. Glancing, I'm not really sure that there is. The Patriots are favored by 13.5. I mean, that's quite a number. 2 touchdowns. I know that the Jets, they won 2 in a row. Is that correct? Yeah, they won their first game in London, and then they won their second game last week in where Justin Fields had it was one of the lowest passing yard outings any quarterback in a win. But looking at what we already know what Drake May is doing. He's a number 2 in the second. He's the best second-year quarterback out of any of them that's there. You got Caleb Williams, you got Bo Nix, you got Jaden Daniels, you got Spencer Rattler. I mean, none of these guys are even close to what Bo Nix is doing. I mean, Drake May is doing this season. When you look at his efficiency numbers, I mean, as far as EPA per dropback, he's currently 4th in the NFL, which is saying he's up there with elite Sam Darnold, Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, and he's above Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love. Appreciate the Rose. I mean, this guy's just playing out of his mind right now. I don't know how the Jets stop him and his offense. I mean, especially if TreVeyon Henderson gets going the way he did last week against the Bucs. I mean, Drake May, he's completed 57% of his deep passes. Those are passes that are 20 or more air yards for 67 yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, he is just one of 2 quarterbacks to complete over half of their deep passes. He has a league high 43.6 EPA on deep passes, the most in 10 weeks since CJ Stroud in 2020. But the Jets, on the other hand, have allowed the 4th fewest deep passing yards this season. Part of that due to the fact that they've been down and not really been in a situation where they had to give up deep pass attempts. I mean, we don't really have to talk about this one long. We know the Patriots should win this game. They've won the hard ones. The Jets, even though they look better, it could be within 2 scores. The minus 13.5, I can see you taking the Jets at plus 13.5. But I don't see a way to truly win this. They don't have enough firepower. Go Garrett Wilson again. I mean, coming after that, we have another stinker of a game. The Commanders and the Dolphins. This one is it Berlin, London? I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere overseas. Have the Commanders who have Marcus Mariota. They have me in the secondary. I mean, both teams honestly could have me in the secondary. The Commanders, these things are terrible. When you look at the pass defenses or the defenses overall, this is 2 of the worst. I mean, the run defense is slightly better in Washington. Was that Rare Candies? The run defense is slightly better in Washington, but the pass is terrible in both places, I do believe. Washington Commanders have the worst EPA allowed per pass in the NFL. The Dolphins have the fourth worst. You look at rush, EPA allowed per rush. The Commanders are ninth, and the Dolphins are actually even better. The Dolphins are 15th. They're actually okay. They were terrible at the beginning of the season, but they have improved. And then when you look at overall defense, Commanders next to worst defense in the NFL. Dolphins are fifth to worst. This game right now, over under 47.5. So it's about a 24-23 finish, which seems very easily accomplished. Yeah, so many people doubting the Seahawks, which is quite surprising. Sam Darnold currently has the best EPA per drive. But with the Commanders and the Dolphins, I mean, the Dolphins, the way they played last week and responded to the scrutiny that they were put under, 99% of the time, the teams that are in these situations, the coach is on the hot seat, they usually just give up. More times than not, they always give up. But for that team to come out and show that they were ready to play, for Mike McDaniel, the locker room looked fired up after that win, even hyping Mike McDaniel up, vice versa. That shows a lot to me, honestly, for the Dolphins going forward. They've given up on the season, and I really don't think it will be a close one. I mean, it's a 2.5 point spread in favor of Miami. I see them winning by touchdown. Tua's playing better. He just got to stop turning over the ball. One of them was an arm punt. Keep up with the Dolphins. Luis, we should follow. Also, on the Steelers getting us out this end. So even though I have a Seahawks shirt on and shirt each week, I am a Ravens fan at heart. Seeing the Steelers getting Asante Samuel really is hurtful. I really think that the Ravens, obviously, Vegas has them as the favorites to win the division, but this definitely hurts a little bit, especially when you look at the secondary of the Steelers and that they've been not the best. This defense overall is not as great as we come to know it in Pittsburgh over the last, 2 decades. I mean, right now they are ranked first in overall defense. So, yeah. And when you look at the pass is about middle ground, I want to say. Yes, exactly 16. So them getting Asante Samuel, they say he's healthy. If he can get back to where he was, 2 years ago, that's a negative outcome for the Ravens in their AFC North Super Bowl 3, week 11. Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons. Carolina needs to decide one way or the other what they're going to do. They're good or bad, but they're just staying mid no matter what. Like they win a game that they shouldn't win by beating the Packers, holding them to like 7-ish points, what was it? And then they go and they lose to the Saints. The Saints shouldn't be able to beat anyone. Uh, so I don't see, and I don't. There's just no continuity with this team and their performances. Now they are 5-5, which if you ask any Carolina Panthers fan coming into the season that going into Week 11 you'd be 5-5, I think 99% of them would have taken that outcome. They still have a chance, especially at the wild card. If I finish around 9-8, yeah, unlikely, but it could happen. The Falcons, on the other hand, how much longer there? And with the team, I have high hopes for what they're doing. I mean, the weapons that they have, it still befuddles me how they use John Robinson in the red zone. Algier, it's ridiculous how many goal line and goal to go situations how Algier gets ball. Drake London, on the other hand, he's looking great in the red zone. I think he has the most catches in the red zone by anyone this season. But overall, you look at this team, the offense is good for both. They're eerily similar. Atlanta being 25th in overall offense is terrible, given the fact that they have who they think is their franchise quarterback in Michael Pittman. They have athletic freaking Kyle Pitts. They have Bijan Robinson. They have a great RB2 in Tyler Algier. They have Drake London. They have Darnell Mooney. And they're 25th in overall offense. Panthers are 26, which I understand a little more. They lost Robert Hunt. They lost Austin Corbett. That affected the run game. Chuba Hubbard has declined some. Rico Dowdle has looked amazing. But Bryce Young in the short yardage, having Tet helps a little. But them being 26, I mean, there you could be. Uh, the run games are eerily similar. But when you look at the defense, this was probably the biggest change for the Carolina Panthers this year. Last year, they were last or next to last in almost every category for the entirety of the season. This year, they're currently ranked 23rd, which is a huge leap when you go from last to 23rd. And this year, nowhere near the bottom. The Falcons are 19th. Overall, the run defense is the problem for the Falcons. Run defense is the problem for the Falcons. They have the worst run defense, whereas the Panthers, on the other hand, are a 10th best. How does this game play out? It seems like the Panthers overachieved when they shouldn't. And I could see them winning this game here. They're currently 3.5-point dogs, but I want to take them to win this because the Falcons may lose this one and move on from Jay Moore, a good trade. Anytime you look at here. I mean, Traylon Burks hurt right now. Go with Travion Henderson. I hope that he finally gets carries. Next up, we have Tampa Bay Bucks Buffalo Bills. Is this the best game of the week? This top three. I would say. There's quite a few good games this week. This top three. The Bucks are 5.5-point dogs. Buffalo. Buffalo 5.5-point favorites. Buffalo, who has underachieved thus far this season. I don't know if many people expect them to be 6-3, especially if they started 4-0. They didn't lose, so they start 4-0. They beat up on the Falcons. Then they lose to the Ravens. They lose to the Falcons. They demolished the Panthers. Also beat the Chiefs, and then they lose by 17 points. This team is not ideal, and they're going against the Bucks and an offense that has come back down to earth a little bit, but will be potent for sure. The problem with the Buffalo Bills is their run defense. They have the fifth worst run defense in the NFL. They're giving up 123 yards per game on the ground, 4.6 yards, or sorry, 147 on the ground, 5.5 yards. Yeah, Hector, I just switched to a Ravens fan at heart, but this is going to be a game of the Rams and Seahawks. But Buffalo Bills run defense is absolutely god awful. Good thing the Bucks win the ball that well. When you look at what they've been doing on offense this year, it's the pass game. We know it's the pass game in Tampa Bay. The rushing offense, the EPA per rush by the Tampa Bay Bucks ranks 15th, so it's middle of the league. So their way to exploit them is not really their fault. I think the Buffalo Bills bounce back. They are a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. Whereas on the other hand, I mean, Tampa Bay Bucks, if you had to pick one to finish more likely at 500, is obviously the Bucks. You can appreciate the follow. But heck, I appreciate you talking about that game. And just look what I know, 180 yards on the ground. Devon Achane is crazy. I know yards yet again. Rod White, household name, I should say, over the last few weeks, really needs to step up. Next up, Chargers, who are 7-3 at the reeling 5-4 Jacksonville Jags. He's generated the fifth most pressures this season. He has actually been very, very good. Um, he has 41. He has the fifth most sacks with 8 amongst all defenders in the NFL. 29 more on the really, are for a while. It's gonna be interesting to see what he does match up against Walker. And then I'm curious to see how much the Jags will what the offense is gonna look better again. And Los Angeles defense, which is also like you said here, with all the Probably just the fact that Aaron Rodgers does not push the ball. He is next to last in air yards per attempt in the NFL, and it reared its ugly head against a good defense in the Los Angeles Chargers on what was it, Sunday Night Football. Um, the Jags have regressed. Trevor Lawrence, I don't think he's the quarterback of the future here. They did trade for Jacoby Myers. They're trying to get that wild card. I don't think they're winning the AFC South. I don't know if they believe they're winning the AFC South. There's a chance of the wild card, but they still have to do in this game, the Chargers are 3-point favorites. Monty Vidal has shown up and been serviceable, to say the least. And with that said, there's enough weapons on the Los Angeles Chargers side of the ball that they go out and win this game. I say a touchdown at least. All right, Chicago 6-3. Who would have thought that? 6-3 Chicago Bears at the 4-5 Minnesota Vikings. Who are JJ McCarthy? Definitely not JJ McCarthy. He has like one of the worst EPAs per dropback, and over expected. I know he's going up against the Bears and their estimated secondary, but JJ McCarthy just looks terrible. The Bears are 3-point underdogs, even though the Vikings are 500 right now. Caleb Williams has improved somewhat. His EPA per dropback is in the positives this year, being in the negatives last year. Um, you know, McCarthy's just terrible. He has a 3.25 time to throw, second time to throw this season, second longest amongst quarterbacks, trailing only one Caleb Williams. Whenever JJ McCarthy extends plays, he usually leads to the ball. He's totaled 3 times his own sacks, 12. Passes completed 4. To the ball for 4 more seconds. In week 1, whenever they faced the Bears, we did that right. Come back as the offensive player of the year. He did not complete one pass and was sacked 3 times when he held onto the ball for 4 seconds. I know the pass rush in Chicago is not that great, but I mean, JJ McCarthy still got awful that I cannot choose the Vikings in this game. Flacco or Caleb uh, against Pittsburgh secondary? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Caleb Williams that much against Brian Flores. Trade deadline is coming off. It's too late to make a trade for Jalen Waddle. Trade Amon-Ra and Love for Lamar and a Booker. Uh, Next up, Green Bay Packers, 7-point favorites against the Giants. I don't know. This is sneaky right here. The Giants have been in so many games. They've lost, I think, 4 fourth quarter leads this season. They just lost their head coach. They could be playing with some motivation to prove people wrong potentially. The Packers, they're the Bills of the NFC. They are so up and down. They go out and lose back-to-back games and lose to the Panthers, which was not reasonable. Eagles, yeah, but the offense looked absolutely god awful. When you look at the offenses, that game last night had been one of the worst. This, um, Green Bay Packers, their offensive output was not, yeah, those definitely their worst this season. 0.23 per play last night. Where does that put them on the season? Out of 298 games, it puts them 254th. So that was a terrible game. Picking the Steelers over the Bengals. No, I think so. We'll go straight into that. I think Packers win that game, but the Giants cover it. And Steelers. Uh, Joe Flacco. This really isn't the problem here. Still equally as bad as it was last year. So I think I'm going Steelers. I know Aaron Rodgers has not been great, but I think he has enough to get enough out of this offense, especially against the Bengals defense. Uh, Ravens fan, it would be great if the Steelers lost. 4-6, 5-5, and then if the Ravens beat the Browns. Things are looking good in Baltimore. Assuming CJ Stroud is back, this is a 7-point spread, which is surprisingly not. Assuming CJ Stroud is back against the Titans. I didn't talk much about this. The Titans are god awful. Campbell is a service. Niners, Cardinals. How long does the Niners hold on to Mac Jones? Hit the follow. Go Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks and Sam Darnold are absolutely amazing. We'll talk about them first. Seahawks and Rams. Sam Darnold currently has the highest EPA per dropback in the NFL. Matthew Stafford has the second highest EPA per dropback in the NFL. Seahawks have the highest receiving yard wide receiver or player in the NFL, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, solid 100 yards ahead of second place. Matthew Stafford is first quarterback in NFL history with 4 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions in 3 straight games, playing absolutely in the MVP conversation at this point. These two teams are 7-2, 62-point spread. And this game is just going to be amazing. It's going to be the game of the week for sure. Seahawks' offense has been absolutely rolling, but so has the over-under is 40.5. I can see it getting to 55. I feel like this is going to be an absolute shootout. The quarterbacks are, like I said, the two offenses in general are rolling. They are just, it's going to be fun to sit back and watch these two quarterbacks go against each other. I think the Seahawks win this game. I trust McDonald more than I do trying to make late game situations. Eugene, Carolina Panthers game. So the Panthers going up against the Hawks. Yeah, the Falcons. The Panthers won that. The Panthers are just so up and down. I think they do win that game. The Panthers need help on the offensive side of the ball. Once they lost Robert Hunt and Austin Corbett, it affected the run game. Rico Dowdle has alleviated a lot of those issues. And Bryce Young is just, I mean, he's small. He doesn't throw the ball down the field. That's their biggest issue, the offensive line and their offensive back. At Browns. Thankfully, the Browns are starting another week of Dylan Gabriel. Don't even talk about this one much. No way Lamar doesn't score as much as Dylan Gabriel. And the secondary, man, there's some good games. Game of the week, man. You have this week. We have the Bills at the Bucks, the Chargers at the Jags, the Seahawks at the Rams, the Chiefs at the Broncos, the Lions at the Eagles. I mean, this is so many good games. Patrick Mahomes has looked better each and every week, and I expect the offense to continue to look better now that Rashee Rice is back into the fold. Mahomes is 50 for a throwback. I think the Denver Broncos finally get exposed, and the Chiefs win this one. They're 3.5-point favorites, even though they have 3 fewer wins than the Broncos. Sunday Night Football, Lions at Eagles. I said the Lions won this one. The offense is playing way too good right now for Jalen Hurts to put up a dud like he did last night. The offense was terrible. Their defense looked good. I think it was more about how bad Jordan Love was playing versus how good. And Monday Night Football, my God, save the season in Dallas. We have the Dallas Cowboys 3-5 Raiders. The over under in this one's 50.5. That may be too low, honestly. Brock Bowers may get 45 targets, 4 touchdowns. Bucky Jefferson requires for Nico Ladd. Yes, I do that because I don't know if Bucky's going back in. All right, that's the show for tonight. Appreciate you stopping by. And we're going to play a commercial, and we'll be back next week.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollos, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.